Welcome back, everybody. Sorry it's been a while. We've been having some issues, to say the less. This previous week, we haven't had internet all week, with the exception of Friday, which is when I could get Spectrum to actually show up and figure out what's going on with my internet. That whole situation was weird. And I've been working on getting these recent videos out here since I've gotten my internet back, but I've been having audio issues as well. So that's something I've been working out. I think I found the solution. If you're seeing this and you're hearing this, we've resolved our audio issues, so go ahead and clap it up. Yeah, clap it up for a brother. We are back, and I'm sorry, I'm so bad at just hopping right into the video, and I don't even introduce myself. I'm Harrison. Thank you for joining us today. This is my third time trying to record this for you guys. This time feels like this should be the one. So just full disclosure, I have played this a couple times already, but I'm really excited about this one. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I'm a huge Disco Elysium fan, and this seems like one of those games. It definitely is doing its own thing. I don't want to disrespect anybody just by making the immediate comparison to another game, but I mean, it really does give me those vibes, and that's a good thing coming from me. So I'm excited about this one. I don't think there's a date for it yet. Everything I look at just simply says it's coming soon. So let's hope that's true, because I'm very excited. I'm not going to keep you guys hold it anymore. We're going to jump right into this game, because again, I'm very excited, and I hope you enjoy this one, because even after playing it a couple times, I'm still excited to get back in and make some different choices and see how it all plays out this time around. So join me for the ride this time, and let's see what's going on. New game. And you know, right off the bat here, we get a character creation screen, which, a game after my own heart. I love anytime I get to slide some points into a skill tree. So here you can see we've got 3 different personalities here, parts of our personality, I should say, from decisional to social to emotional. Each of those kind of breaks down into their own 3 categories, with decisional being impulsive, resolute, calculated on one side, introverted and extroverted on the right side, ambiverated in the center. It's a big word for Elmo, but that currently means you are neither introverted nor extroverted, and you feel equally fine completely alone, as you do surrounded by a huge crowd of people. And I forgot to read resolute here. You feel neither calculated nor impulsive, but alert and confident if you could stay in the state of perfect focus. Mindful, you're aware of emotions and don't pretend they are not important, but you won't let them overwhelm you. Now, in my previous playthroughs, I've always put points into this on one side or the other. I'm gonna do something a little different for this playthrough, and we're just gonna stay right down the middle here. I've not actually tried this before. Oh, we have to assign points, actually. Damn it. Okay, so we're gonna be a bit paranoid here. I want to be nosy, and I want to be dramatic. And we're going to, we've got 3 more points here. I'm gonna max one of these out. I'm just not sure which one. I think we're gonna be calculated. Yeah, we're gonna be calculated. And hold to wake up. Let's wake up. 8 p.m. And even though I kind of have an understanding of what's going on, I'm going to try my best not to spoil anything for you guys. And it is just a demo. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. Stale air, perfectly complements the image of the old motel room.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Traits. Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some options will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be blocked by the same trait. Remember, traits are neither good nor bad. They are a crucial part of role-playing a character with a personality trait. Yeah. Just, have him say that again. He smiles.
No worries, Mr. Harrell. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Mm-hmm. Status effects. Red ribbons on the character's portrait show the status effects your character currently has. Status effects have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. So these are our actual status effects here across our portrait. And we have a total lack of motivation. It's not that you don't want to do all sorts of things. It's more like you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature driven by its basic needs and quirks. Okay? Slight lack of motivation, more like a total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Personality. Personality is represented in this part of the screen. In our bottom right here, they highlighted an orange force. It shows your personality axis that you defined during character creation, as well as a trait that you chose. Select/hover over a trait to see what it is and what it does. So
but for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
You got it, buddy. So currently we are calculated, we're extroverted, and we're a bit sensitive. Calculating, they may call you too calculated, but if they are only saying it to confuse you, what is in it for them? Better think it over. And we maxed out our calculation here, which gave us both perks, which I believe over paranoid. So you shouldn't trust them, but keep in mind, you shouldn't trust me either. Most of all, you shouldn't trust yourself. I think the other one was, let me see if I can remember. Arrogant, I believe. Oh, indecisive, sorry. Well, now let's not make any rash decisions. We should look at it from the other side as well, which I think actually is a nice trait to have personally, but I guess we'll see. Extroverted. You're somewhat extroverted. You often actively seek ways to prolong conversation more than is strictly necessary. And we've earned the perk nosy. You're a social creature. Being interested in other people's lives just proves you're not self-centered. And we're also a bit sensitive. As a somewhat sensitive person, you easily empathize with many others and are prone to surrender to your own emotions. And we earn the trait dramatic. People may prefer comedy, but life only writes drama. Very true. Silence befalls the room. A muffled clanging sound from the outside, only making the movement more uncomfortable. We can only lie. We'll try.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm.
Yeah?
However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
No questions.
All right then. That's it for today.
He glances at the clock too fast for you to notice. Huh. There's that bang again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Alright, thanks, buddy.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside. A young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Spit it out already! Come on,
So we
you
run.
thief!
Do a little bit of a double click here, and we can run.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Doesn't seem like we really get tired. Let's see if we can talk to this lady. She's pounding the life out of the poor machine. Let's observe her a little bit. Let's be nosy. She's completely focused on the ancient machine and mumbling something under her breath. From time to time, though, a grunt or a few words are loud enough to make out.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Could she be here for therapy as well? Who knows, but like you, she definitely seems like she needs it. Poor woman. She should consult with a real professional, not a charlatan like Dr. Finnick. Maybe she just needs someone willing to listen to her. Why don't you say hello if you could? See if maybe you could help somehow. Or is that too much to ask right now? Which it seems to be too much. It won't even let us, so we'll leave her be.
Out already!
Machine wheezes and such.
Come on, you thief!
It's coiled like a sleeping serpent.
Break you open if I have to.
Don't like that. The colors have been bleached by the sun, but you can still make out the image of an orange setting sun, as well as the words Rue Wallet or Rue Ballet written above the illustration. Inspect the illustration. The picture is quite detailed, but the colors have been obliterated by the sun, making it impossible to discern the main subject, let alone finer details. You squint your eyes and try to make sense of the confusing shapes, but everything seems blurred and distorted. However, as you keep looking, you finally start to see a magnificent stage, a ballerina dancing gracefully, a lively group of musicians, and an audience dressed in formal attire. Take a look at that audience. The men appear to be dressed in tuxedos, the women in elegant evening gowns. They seem to be fixated on the stage, their overly stylized faces seemingly expressing a range of emotions from awe to excitement. Check out the stage. The stage is adorned with elegant curtains and a strange chandeliers hanging from the edge of the poster. How about the orchestra? The varnished wood of the violin is reflecting the orange hues of the setting sun. The curved bodies of cellos stand tall and proud. And the trumpet player holds his instrument with arched back, his silhouette reminiscent of a tree struck by lightning. A ballerina wearing a tutu stands in the center of the poster, in point with her arms gracefully extended above her head, almost like she's waving to you. The poster for such a highbrow event end up on the wall of a rundown motel in the middle of nowhere. Something's out here. Probably should have had some water before I started this game. It was already late afternoon when you saw the sign for the first time, as the bus door opened and a wave of desert heat hit you in the face. All the other passengers of the almost empty bus remained seated, each lost in their own world. None of them paid any attention to you as you gathered your belongings and prepared to leave the bus. I remember an older woman. Sitting in the back of the bus, her nose was buried in a book during the whole trip. Her wrinkled face was contorted in a look of intense concentration, as if she were trying to solve some complex puzzle. There was a young person with bright pink hair. They were scrolling through their phone with a bored expression, seemingly completely disinterested in their surroundings, as if they lacked any real connection to the outside world. The burly man with a thick beard left an impression for sure. He was leaning against the window, staring out the desolate landscape with a faraway look in his eyes. He seemed lost in thought, as if trying to make sense of something that had happened to him a long time ago. I don't want to think about these people. Why should you? Even as you were disembarking from the bus, they meant nothing to you, but outside, next to the bus sign, Dr. Finnick's smiling eyes were watching you, his brow dripping with sweat in the intense desert heat. He was already analyzing me, trying to think of anything he could to use to keep me here as long as possible. "Welcome to Rue Valley," he proclaimed, like some poorly written NPC from an outdated video game. "I'm Dr. Finnick, your therapist, for the duration of the stay here." It all seems less than 2 hours ago, yet it feels like an eternity has passed since. Yeah, we had a lot to say about the sign. The sun still burns as bright as if it was in zenith, its heat absorbed by asphalt. You won't get far without a car. Let's get out of the road. Let's go get our key card. It's 8 p.m. It's getting late. We should probably get some sleep, right? All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call. She responds to the person on the other end. Let's try and get her attention. Too extroverted. Hi, I need to get in my room. Would it be more rude to speak over her or hit the bell? You know, we can ring the bell with a smile. A smile helps, right? She turns towards you, clearly annoyed by the bell.
Please sit down, sir. I will be with you in a moment.
Okay. And before you get a chance to say anything, she returns to her call with no sign that she's about to end in a moment, or anytime soon for that matter. Let's eavesdrop. In a bout of curiosity, lean closer and prick up your ears, hoping you'll catch what the other person is saying too. Alas, what little you manage to comprehend is but a dull description of traffic congestion by someone caught in it, accompanied by futile attempts to communicate their location to the receptionist.
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down?
She says to the person on the other end of the line. Minute by minute, your curiosity subdues as your attention slowly breaks down, but you still keep mindlessly listening to the receptionist's call for some time.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
Killing time. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue, so in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. And usually you can do that with various items and interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cozy chair. Alright. She says to the person on the other side of the phone call, okay, yeah. She's not giving us the time of the day.
Yes, I have rebooted
A
the
list of rules you can't be bothered with right now. Also, I'm right clicking here,
Of course it's urgent.
and that's
Our guests don't have
highlighting
Wi-Fi,
things
the
around me
credit
that I
card
can
machines
interact
are
with.
dead. We can't access reservations.
Let's see what's going on here. Let's check out the leaflets. A picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits cheering with bottles of water above it all. Cheering with bottles of water. Above it all, the Coral Destiny logo. Let's look at the other side. A picture of an endless desert. Caption at the bottom reads, "Free bottled water for the people of Rue Valley. Courtesy of Coral Destiny, your favorite space agency." Space agency? Nothing is really free. Beware. We'll take the leaflet. Inventory. items you pick up are stored here. While not in dialogue, you can click on them to interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon. For example, Wi-Fi availability or battery level on your phone. I'm gonna take the pen too. The clerk is laser focused on her call, and she doesn't even notice you grabbed the pen. If you wanted to snatch her attention as well, you failed. Better not draw attention to yourself. Drop the pen. We want attention. That's what we wanted, I thought. I'm not gonna just stand here and wait. She told us to have a seat. So I'm gonna do that. Chair looks very old but sturdy. Let's check the leaflet out. Picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits cheering. Okay, we did read this already. Let's read the leaflet to kill some time. Until she finishes the call. You start to read the tiny letters that contain everything you're not interested in. It reminds you of times you forgot your phone while going to the bathroom and were forced to read blurbs about cleaning products and air fresheners. Oh, if only I had this masterpiece back then. Come on, the bug spray had a very funny comic book spray spiraling around the can. I can't even imagine what people had to go through before smartwatches were invented, or smartphones rather. Yeah, and how about before cleaning products and air fresheners? Consider yourself lucky that you have a small piece of literature with rockets and spacemen. Let's read on. At Coral Destiny, we believe innovation should serve the everyday needs of the communities around us. That's why we proudly provide fresh, purified bottled water, completely free of charge, to the residents of Rue Valley. Delivered regularly and held to the highest quality standards, our water is just one example of how we're committed to healthier, brighter future right here on Earth. To a healthier, brighter future right here on Earth. Okay, lovely, lovely. Keep reading. There's more ad lingo, but a nicely framed quote catches your eye. We're proud to share our resources with Rue Valley. Providing clean water is a small part of our mission to uplift the communities that inspire our work. Isabel Watson, Chief Executive Officer, Coral Destiny. You struggle to find more content with at least the same level of excitement. Nevertheless, time begins to pass. Passage of time here. I wish... The clock's not working, so I don't really know how much time is passing. After a while, you realize you've switched from reading text to just looking at pictures. The art is ugly. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its end.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Your repair tech said it was fixed. Can you just...
She seems to be interrupted by the person on the other end of the line. All right, I think we're done with the leaflet. There's our phone. Let's see what's popping on the feed. You start scrolling through the stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of ex-acquaintances, and really targeted sponsored posts. In one picture, a grinning, middle-aged stranger is apparently showcasing his newest baby. Thanks to a cleverly added filter, both of them can sport donkey ears. Scroll some more. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. Alright, we're gonna scroll our feed a little bit and pass some time. I don't know what app this is. I don't know what in-universe app this is. After a while, you realize that neither the pictures nor the posts are loading correctly. check the signal. 1 bar. You get the feeling that if it could, it would show half a bar. Seems like all these posts are from some time ago, stashed needlessly in your phone's memory. Unless you hook up to some local Wi-Fi, you won't get much internet here. The receptionist is still arguing with the internet service provider, and you're getting restless.
No, I don't want a customer satisfaction survey. I want the internet!
She says to whomever she's talking to. Yeah, let's play some hyper casual protagonists. Yeah. Until she finishes the call. We got nothing else to do. The first wave of tiny bow tie wearing antagonists appears on your phone screen. Oh, they're so cute. One of them is wearing a top hat 2 times the size of its body. Another is sporting a goatee worthy of the campiest villain. Ooh, let's touch one. You tap the one carrying a golden fork, and he instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bow tie wearing golden fork carrying antagonist is no more. Guess I'm supposed to squash them all. Sigh and continue squashing. Okay. As your mind spins around the absurdity of this game, and while your fingers foam aimlessly across the screen, a group of tiny bow tie wearing antagonists gather near the piles of boxes at the bottom of the screen. Keep squashing them. As soon as you're about to get in the one with the goatee, a slightly larger antagonist with a monocle and taco box enters the play area. Get the big guy. You press your finger against the monocled marksman, maybe a bit too hard. The tip of your finger slips and almost drop your phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skipped a beat and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold, fat letters saying, "Temporal Disruption." The hell is going on? The letter disappears and you notice that the whole screen is frozen. The antagonists gathered around the pile of boxes stand still in the weirdest poses. Look if there's anything different. There is! A small timer at the edge of the screen is ticking down. And it's gone. The screen comes alive for a split second. The antagonists unfreeze and continue to antagonize the pile of boxes. Before you get the chance to do anything, the whole phone is covered in black. Out of the blackness, disappointing red letters appear. Protagonist defeated. With a quick swipe and a finger flick, the game is gone, and you're back staring at your old wallpaper. I don't understand what was happening in that game, but alright. Time goes by, and the girl at the receptionist's desk is still talking.
Miss Heard? No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later? That's... No. This is such a waste of time.
Finally, the girl ends her eternal
I'm so sorry
call.
for the wait. That was a super important call, and I had to take it right now. There was literally no other way. Hopefully you didn't mind waiting.
Felt like hours.
I'm very sorry about that.
She makes a face as if she's about to burst into tears. Is she mocking you?
All right then, let's get you into your room.
The sudden enthusiasm in her voice catches you unawares. What's the deal with this girl?
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you.
And she raises her hand and holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
This is your key card.
Thank you. Yeah. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring you. Your gesture is excitedly waving it around. Ignoring your gesture and excitedly waving it around. Got you.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
That's great. May I just take my card, please? She nods in response, but then continues as if you haven't said anything.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest, the guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
Your dad? So he's the owner?
Yeah, he bought it from the previous owner when she realized she'd had enough of Rue Valley, you know. So, yes, we decided to use electronic key cards. Costs us a lot to implement, but now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic.
Okay.
How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
Mm-hmm. She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. But after a few seconds, she puts the phone down and hands you the key card.
So, here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
Okay. She puts some kind of document on the counter. Let's give it a read. They won't get you this way. And don't forget the small print.
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just that, people usually sign it without reading. It's probably the same in every motel. I bet my father copied it from a template he found online or something.
Listen, I prefer to know what I'm signing, thank you, okay? Keep reading. You read the whole document and do your best to find a hidden loophole or suspicious wording they may try to use against you, but alas, you can't find anything. If only you were a lawyer. Well, time to click the I agree button and prepare for the unknown consequences. Sign the document begrudgingly.
Thank you for your trust, sir.
You're welcome, she says with a barely visible smirk. Yeah, I know.
I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Look out the window before you leave. The relentless dirt is smudged and staining the glass. That's it. Let's get our boy some rest. It's been a long day. So this is our room here on the inn, room 6. There's not much here, if I'm being honest. The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. Let's just use our card. A tiny green dot of light shows up near the knob. The door is unlocked. Let's look at the card. A simple key card with Rue Valley Motel and room 6 printed on it. A picture of a huge record. Okay, yeah. The gentle touch, the phone screen turns on again. We can't interact with anything in our inventory right now. So let's check out. Let's get our suitcase. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets to contribute to the collection. Gross. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusted suitcase. Your suitcase. The smallest one you own. I can't deal with this right now. It's such a chore, but the more you prolong it, the more it'll get. The more it'll get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel ever harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Let's unpack it. Let's do it. There's not much in the suitcase. Spare clothes, a phone charger, a toothbrush, a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying long. Better see if they have laundry facilities. Sessions, Dr. Finnick said. Days or weeks. Months even? I'm here for a skill check. We're too calculated for that. Okay. Disaster. You couldn't decide whether to plug the phone charger next to your bed and risk potentially fatal radiation. Wow, we are paranoid. Or next to the bathroom door and risk stepping on the phone while it's charging. So after a while, you just put it back in the suitcase. Got you. Afterwards, you discovered the closet to be dirty, that you decided it would be better to leave your clothes in the suitcase after all. You even returned the toothbrush back to the suitcase after your unfortunate attempt to clean the sink led you to discover that the tap water is a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Living out of your suitcase is the surest way to feel transient. This way, you can at least continue telling yourself that therapy will be over soon. And now that the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room was officially your home. More like a prison. Well, now, you could describe it that way, too. This room's not that bad. The water situation's gross. It's very brown and apparently very dirty. I'm guessing that's why they went with brown. Well, where did we put our suitcase? Did we just put it? Oh, it's over here on the floor. Okay. So we don't have much here. We've got a chair. We can go back outside. We got our bed. We know the water is gross. Let's see what we got going in the bathroom. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup is on the shelf. Let's look at the mirror. The mirror splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. No, let's not look in the mirror and get paranoid. We're not going to do that. Truth be told, you prefer not to look into it. You know, actually, no. No. Okay, never mind. We can't go back. I was going to say, this might be good for our therapy if we looked into the mirror. There's nothing you care about on the other side. Let's lock the door. Despite the tight sheets and crisp-looking pillow, the bed reeks of dust and age. Let's crawl in the bed. Creaks and squirm as you crawl into it. You try to make yourself comfortable, but the overly soft mattress swallows you up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you, both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. Can we play more of that game? I'm gonna play more of this game. And hope sleep will come. The game starts and the already familiar antagonist appears to wreak havoc on your pile of boxes. Squish them. Okay, so we're just passing time now. Or maybe not. I don't know. Ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore you changed years ago. Who's calling? simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone, masking the identity of the mysterious caller. Who would be?
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
That me.
Well, Mr. Harrow, I am so pleased to have finally reached you.
Uh-huh.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy?
Ulterior, Mr. Harrow, with a
Huh.
umlaut. And please don't let the name fool you. We are the most respectable yet cutting-edge agency, which means we work on the edge of, but still inside, the established legal framework. In fact, we are the leader in our field.
On the edge, but still inside. Still inside.
Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
They don't have the ability to say no, so I guess you're talking about my stay here?
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank with you. I have no idea where this true valley of yours is, but we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Do I have to decide right now? This is happening also suddenly.
I completely understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly. Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Juice!
Huh? Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. Oh. But at least you now know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of this mandated psychotherapy. Mandated psychotherapy is interesting. Because, like, what are the qualifications here? What needs to happen for you to end up in mandated psychotherapy? Like, is it something minor? Do you have to full on crash out to end up in this situation? I feel like a full crash out would be required for them to send you here. But we're gonna put the phone away and we're gonna try and get some sleep. Also, are you guys the type to unpack your luggage when you're in like a hotel or something for a vacation or a weekend? I'm a live out of my suitcase kind of guy. I don't know what that says about me. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and as soon as your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Mind map. Memories. This is your mind map. This representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can recall it by clicking on it to activate it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialogue choices in relation to that memory. So we've got 4 memories here. Let's start at the top. You see yourself lying in bed in your new motel room, holding your phone next to your right ear.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Sounds like a legit organization, don't you think? From the blur of a half-formed memory and impressions, an image of a receptionist emerges. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. You're so full of yourself. She probably despises you now, like everyone else. Oh, so we're a little hard on ourselves here, I see. Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your psychotherapist emerge. bouncing up and down as he talks.
Still with me, Mr. Harold?
Sort of. I wandered off. What was that again? You can't stay in the real world for 1 second, can you? At least you admit it. The image of a young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. As your consciousness keeps spinning around the carousel of recent experiences, warps into a single vision suspended between asleep and waking. Okay, so we're dreaming. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase you own. Perched on rumpled sheets, everything is packed. Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, a couple of items. These words popping up are interesting. Dread, dream, regret, intuition. As you reach for your handle, you notice a toothless gap as if the suitcase forgot to fully inhale. Then the gap widens just a little, and something shifts inside. The suitcase jerks. It's just a faulty latch. Let's go. But the suitcase feels too alive. The loud hiss, the seam splits, and a snake's head appears. Lidless eyes fixed on yours. Then more hisses follow and more snakes emerge. Liquid as death and cold as oil, their bodies twist into knots, ready to spill all over the sweaty sheets. You slam the lid down. The latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses for now. I gotta get rid of this suitcase. Let's shove it under the bed and get the fuck out of here, right? Out of sight, out of mind. As you descend the stairs, midday heat pricks your neck and sweat, and you think of the everything you left inside the suitcase. It's just clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. It belongs to the snakes now. I don't care. They can have it. Enter the reception area. No one's here. And even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. I can't wait here. It's too hot. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms sits beside a pen. Perhaps you could just do it yourself. Yeah, let's get this over with. Come on, just fill out the form. Let's go. Name, date of birth, length of stay. But a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot, a puddle, a pond, spreading across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. Let's try another form. You slap the new form over the old one. The blot seeps upward. Your sweat drips downwards. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen. Your throat dry. It's no use. Just keep writing. You write all the words in black on a completely black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault after all. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Let's get out. The parking lot shimmers in the heat. Asphalt, soft underfoot. Across it, the vending machine glows like a mirage. Its glass fogged with condensation. Let's get something to drink. Put a coin in. The machine hums, lights flickering, but no bottle comes out. Let's try another coin. You drop another coin. Blink. Press. Still nothing. Maybe we didn't add enough. The word narrows to the clink of metal, the press of your finger, the machine's empty whir. Maybe this time it'll work. That's it? That's the dream? The checkout. You tried to leave this damn motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. Hold to recall. Okay, we don't have the willpower to recall that. Don't worry. It wasn't even a real memory. It's a prophecy. More like random neural activity in your brain. Synapses sparking from nothing. Let's forget about it. I just know it's important. Could be. But are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? We only get one option. Not yet. So clearly we aren't. We're not ready to go there yet. Did you see that black ink blot? That was interesting. I caught that. Dang. The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is still dry as the desert. Status effects. Some status effects can have a greater impact on your personality. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just 1 point towards the impulsive side, but some other status effects have a much greater influence, and in some cases drastically change the personality you defined in your character creation. So we're thirsty. So we did max out our calculation here, but now we've lost a point because we're thirsty. So let's go get something to drink. Wish we could see what time it was. How about these rules? Do we care? Yeah, we don't care. And we know we're not going to drink the tap water because it's gross, so... You grab the knob, but the door won't budge. Yeah, because we locked it. We locked it. Oh.
God damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the winded windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
Oh, he's distressed. This is only the third actual person we've seen. We met the receptionist, our therapist, of course, and this is our fourth person because we saw the lady at the drink machine. We didn't talk to her. Drink machine lady, therapist, receptionist, and this stranger here. I think there's someone in one of these rooms near me because when you walk by it, you can hear the sounds of a TV or a radio or something. Judging by careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Phoenix. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps? Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Let's find something to drink. Okay, Rue Ballet. God, you jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you've ever witnessed. Did this motel even have a lightning rod installed? Next time it might be me. But while you're already thinking about the next strike, your heart is still racing because of the last one. It's pumping, but there's nothing to use this unwanted excessive adrenaline for. So it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out, while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot.
People think of the past, they will look at the pictures from last month. Without getting that long, here is a
Hopefully you won't have to melt ice in your mouth to quench your thirst. Let's be... Any chance I get to be dramatic, I'm gonna be dramatic. But what about the vending machine? Alright. Okay. Receptionist's eyes are closed, and you can hear music blasting from her headphones. She doesn't seem to have noticed you. Excuse me? She opens her eyes and jumps away, startled by your presence.
Mr. Harrow!
Hi! He takes off her
Sorry,
headphones.
I didn't notice you. What can I do for you?
I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, yeah, you got my blood pumping. No worries, though. What can I do for you?
Where can I find some water?
Oh, yes, I forgot. Don't drink the tap water.
Oh,
You
now
can
you
get
tell
a
me?
bottle for free at the vending machine instead. Just press the button.
okay.
No problem, Mr. Harrow. Have a nice evening.
Thanks, I guess. Okay, nothing going on through the window. Is there anybody else out here? Nobody else curious about the thunder? Can we see? Okay, no, we can't go over there. Can we see, buddy? Going down the road? The worst deluge is over, but the rain continues to drizzle, tiny drops piercing the asphalt like a cloud of angry mosquitoes. It's pointless to even try to get anywhere without a vehicle. Let's stare at the road for a while. A feeling of longing and restlessness starts to well up inside you. You can't help but wonder what lies beyond the horizon, beyond the limits of this suffocating desert. Then even if you weren't trapped here, you wouldn't go. You may long for the sense of adventure that comes with being on the road, but all you can do is stand and stare, and wish for what could have become one of the young men that you once were a long time ago. So it's clear we got some issues here. Let's just get our water, and let's go back to bed. The battery machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed, comically large reddish button. What's the button say? It reads drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge. Courtesy of... Okay, so it's what we read in the brochure. You know, the idea of free water is, go ahead and take the bottle. Concerns me a little bit, but the almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. Can't wait to drain it of its precious fluid. Yeah, who's giving away free water, bro? Think, man, think. You've allowed yourself to be seduced by the promise of that cool, fresh sip. Stop and ask yourself the important questions. Who benefits from free water? Why would anyone just give away something of the value for nothing? What if they poisoned it? Exactly. Don't open. Oh, we're so dramatic. Wait, but what if they actually want me to not drink the water? Now we're thinking. But I can't be for sure. You're a genius. You carefully designed everything. They carefully designed everything. The button, the label, the bottle, the whole situation to make you think you shouldn't drink it. But I can't be sure. Oh, okay. Oh. That's terrifying. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky on fire any better than you can run away from your own past. At least I don't have to face it. Your eyelids connect, and darkness greets you for a mere second. But as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I stop? That's easy. Simply stop being you. Nobody can stop being themselves. Huh? The receptionist says whimsically, emerging from the whirlwind. No, I was expecting an answer. But the receptionist disappears, and instead of the fiery sky the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight and narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want this to stop. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. Red skies seeping through the cuts in your eyelids, forming a number. 8 p.m.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow? Well, Mr. Harrow, the court thinks that you do. I'm simply doing my job, and we will need at least a few more sessions just to determine the severity of your case.
So this is the second time we've heard the word case. And now he's mentioned court. We've done something. As he speaks, Dr. Finnick only seems to become more real.
But I am aware of a slight lack of motivation on your part, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation. That's the least of your worries. While your mind is filled with the crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, do you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No worries, Mr. Harrow. You seem to have had enough talk for today anyway.
He stops and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Just try to be normal. We're too sensitive for that shit. You open your mouth with the intention of convincing him that you're fine, but the stress is just too high to control, and it instantly overwhelms you. It's panic. Your heart speeds up, your breathing follows, and soon you start feeling dizzy, and then you feel it, a sharp chest pain. Oh no, am I having a panic attack? Yes. The realization makes you panic even more, which further accelerates your breathing.
Easy, Mr. Harrow. You're not having a heart attack or anything similar. Trust me. You're just getting too much oxygen. Let's try breathing through pursed lips as if we're blowing out a candle. This will help.
No, he's trying to kill me. I need oxygen. Breathe even faster. Oh, we're gonna pass out.
Mr. Harrow? Only for a few seconds. No need to worry. Just take it easy. Feeling a little better? Good. May I ask, how is your sleep these days? Is that so?
He seems to inspect the dark circles around your eyes.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm. There's no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Take the pill.
remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more. Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow.
Okay.
All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. We actually have control. We can look at the clock here. It's 8:04. If you remember before, when we were dreaming, I guess, it didn't let us move around. But now we can actually look around here. Like, what's this? A list of rules. Okay, this is the rules.
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom. Of course.
So there's not much we can operate with here. This is literally just the bathroom from our room in our dream. Is this why we dreamt this? There's a book here. The book cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hand shows she's ready for any threat. Not to mention that with that, I have no décolletage. She's definitely dressed to kill. Above the woman, the title, Lilith Undercover. Below, the author's name, T.J. Sampson. T.J. Sampson. Toilet literature, I'm sure. Let's take a look in the mirror. I wanted to do this last time. A terrified and confused man meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. What's happening to me? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour's passed. And then, the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from the daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. Let's be nosy. Toothpaste, a roll of toilet paper, and a bottle of whiskey. Let's read the label. In a purple old-fashioned font, it says Numb Night Sour Mash. The recipe stays the same: 40% alcohol, by volume, 80% proof. If we took a little drinky, you know? Strong, harsh-tasting liquid fills your mouth. After you swallow it, a dark, nutty, and salty flavor undertone begins emerging. Okay. Let's splash some water on our face. Okay, the water is actually gross. The water's actually gross. Okay, so were we not dreaming? The tap lets out a sad squeal. Wait a second, are you sure? It's a good idea swallowing this mysterious sleeping pill so soon after drinking alcohol? Okay. You turn on the tap and, as expected, a horrible smell fills the room as steam of black water. Okay, yeah. Swallowing the pill dry sounds like a far less disgusting task than putting even a drop of that tap liquid inside your body. Have you ever taken a dry pill before? Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. You have no idea how long it will take until the effects kick in, so there's nothing to do but wait. The gorgeous redhead in a tight dress is still here, holding her gun. I'm gonna look back in the cabinet now that I've taken the pill. Okay, leave the bottle. We're not gonna drink anymore. Alright, let's leave.
Refreshed yourself? Feeling a bit better now? That's good to hear. See you tomorrow, Mr. Harrell.
So, right off the bat, I think we're here for a drinking problem. I feel bad having him drink that. The source of the clangs is a young woman beating up an old vending machine from some unknown reason. Looking at her makes you feel even more nervous. Maybe. Oh, we're still unmotivated, so we can't talk to her.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Plastic bottles, some empty, other half empty, a partially eaten breakfast, some old clothes, torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. Amid the market, we catch some glimpses. We won't even look at ourselves right now. Okay. We don't even want to look at ourselves.
Spit it out already!
Transformers buzzing. Okay. Will anything different happen if I look at our sign here? No buzz till tomorrow. The words "rub wallet" are written "rub wallet." The image of the poster is worn and faded, but you can make out a group of people gathered around a woman who's holding up what appears to be a wallet. You notice that the people's faces are twisted in the grotesque expressions of greed and envy. Their eyes are fixed on the woman with the wallet. Okay, so that was a ballet poster before.
Hi, yes, Coral Destiny Antenna, Rue Valley
All the
Motel.
attention of the girl behind the
Please
counter is
let
being hogged by the ongoing phone
it's-
call. We know.
Of course it's urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead. We can't...
We know. She pauses for a second.
Oh, hold on. I have someone on the other line.
Okay. She presses a button on the phone.
Hello, reception? Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi,
So it's Dr. Fink. Got you. She pauses again and directs her gaze towards you.
Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your panicked outbursts at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. Let's wink at her. She winks back at you, then smiles as she touches the button again.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later. Bye.
She ends the call and turns to you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
She continues in the same breath without waiting for your answer.
Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Hello.
All right then, let's get you into your room.
Oh. Her voice is full of enthusiasm.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you.
And she raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
This is your key card.
Thank you. You stretch your arm. Oh yeah, we try to reach for it again, but she's waving it around.
Confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Suddenly, she curtails her excitement, as if she remembered something.
Oh, you must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Here.
She hands over the key card and puts some kind of document on the counter.
I'll just need your signature.
Let's draw a stick figure.
All right. Thank you.
She barely manages not to laugh, apparently not realizing that you've just evaded whichever legal trap they wanted to put you in.
I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye! We don't have stuff anymore, so... Okay.
How can I help you, Mr. Harrow?
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I'll take the pen. I'll take a leaflet too, then. See if she asks for her pen back. A cheap promotional pin with the Coral Destiny logo. Okay.
Give me my coffee, you jerk.
Can I talk to you? Alright.
Spit it out already.
Take our ass to bed. Like, we can't interact with any of the doors. Not even the one we came out of, which is interesting. The pain is peeling from the... Okay, yeah. Unlock the door. Let's see if we can actually unpack our luggage this time. Your dusty suitcase, the smallest one we own. Why am I afraid of unpacking? Perhaps you're scared of what might be inside? Or maybe worried that by unpacking, you accept that you're going to stay here for some time. Yeah, we're gonna be here forever. What if we just chilled for a little bit, yeah? Let's check out our bathroom. See if there's anything different. It looks just like Buddy's. It's a hotel, so I guess that makes sense. Right? Nothing we can do here. Can we readdress the suitcase? Nope. Armchair. Okay. The armchair looks exactly like the one in Dr. Finnick's room. Does this look like Finnick's? As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy, you don't need blah blah blah. All you want to do is sleep. But unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. Yeah, let's just go to sleep, bro. We've done the phone, we've looked at the brochure, we know. Let's talk to
Hello,
him.
sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Who wants to know?
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Who gave you this number?
Well, Mr. Harrow, to be honest, I don't even have your number. It was randomly selected by the computer. The privacy of our potential clients is among our core values here at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy, I can assure you.
I bet they
Now, if
are.
my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
You talking about my psychotherapy?
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank with you. I have no idea where this true valley of yours is, but we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it.
You damn right.
So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Oh, I have
I
to decide
completely
now.
understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Juice!
What is this noise you're making? Before we have a chance to say anything, the phone is already dead. Back to sleep. Wish we could just set the suitcase on the ground, maybe, and get in the actual bed. You know? I get not wanting to unpack it, but at least get it out of the way so you can use your bed. Well, total lack of motivation, I get it. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon the thoughts start chasing each other in circles once again. So all of our old memories are still here, suggesting they happen. But we've got some new ones. We'll start at the top again. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. And I was worried about the lightning rod. Worried about the wrong things, I fear. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, this man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He seems to be in a hurry. When did this happen? This evening, but later. You saw a strange man entering a car and curiously driving away. Where did the car come from, as a matter of fact? We haven't seen any cars up until that point. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Get away. But you can't run away from the whole sky being on fire any better than you could run from your own past. Suddenly, everything happened again. The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird deja vu? The memories seem so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Have you actually gone completely mad, and they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes this motel, and the night sky turns red? Mind map, intentions. The combination of several specific memories can create an idea, and with enough inspiration or willpower points, you can turn that idea into an intention. Intentions open new dialogue options that will lead you through the journey of completing that intention. Keep in mind that not all that you intend can be successfully achieved. So we have an intention here now. Let's see what's going on with that. Memory or fantasy? How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Let's commit. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play in reality, or if it's all but a fever dream of a lunatic. Yet, you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever even had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. And we're going to stay in our little armchair forever. This is the only path we have. This poor guy, man. I relate as someone who's dealt with issues and lack of motivation. We've all had a lack of motivation, I'm sure, but the anxiousness, the lack of motivation, yeah, I'm this game is finding me at an interesting time. That's all I'll say. Let's stare at our suitcase. It's full of my stuff. Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush. Might as well be empty. But it isn't. And it won't ever be without your help. Let's go back to sleep. Gradually, your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. No turmoil. Hey. Our anxious apprehension's gone. That's good. Was it the purple pill? Or was it the numb night? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken a root deep inside you. It must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning that you ever saw earlier. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. The sounds of the loudest thunder jerk you out of your slumber. The speck of energy, now fully grown, is pulsing in your chest. You remember this feeling, and we've gained some inspiration. Inspiration points are small sparks of inspiration that you can use to motivate ideas and turn them into intentions. Be aware that when you spend inspiration points, they are gone for good. And as you finally recognize what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. Alright, this is all we've got. So, we're gonna commit. You have to find out if Fearless Driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again. And if it does, you need to remember. Active intentions. Here you can see your active intentions. Select/hover over them to see the more details about how to complete them. Clicking an intention will open the mind map with that intention in focus. Okay, nothing's changed here. Rain is slackened off, and you see nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he surely left already, while you were sleeping. Yet, as you exit the room, the hair rises on the back of your neck. An eerie sensation takes hold of you. What's going on in the parking lot? As you stare at the reflection on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. That's right. I know you all heard it, but I'm the only one coming out of my room. As you come closer to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. I'm such a great detective. Inspect the largest shard. The shard is obviously part of a broken taillight. This means he's been here already. There's no other option. I knew I'd find something here, and I did. So it has to be true. And here we go again. And then before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Would you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing and the evening will now continue as if nothing has happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47. Time. From now on, you will have the exact time displayed here. Pay attention to it, because in Rue Valley, situations change when the time changes. Characters might leave some locations and arrive at others. Their mood might change and they might act differently at different times. I wish I could walk around while this is happening. I want to see what the receptionist is doing in their office while this is happening. The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Yes, you have my full attention.
Mr. Harrell, I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Lack of motivation, but you are motivated. You just need to remember. To remember? Yes, there's something very important. A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside interrupts the train of thought. And suddenly, an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first rock in an avalanche, it's inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. The receptionist, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally, that of yourself, standing in front of a transformer under that fierce sky, hoping you won't forget anything ever again. As you struggle to put the memories in correct order, your mental fog dissipates, and two simple words come from your lips. Time loop. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time loop, where the same 47 minutes
Time
repeats. Oh, excuse me? Dr. Fink's voice pulls you back to the old motel room.
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrow. Would you care to elaborate?
And that's our demo. Now, you're left with a lot of questions, I'm sure, as am I. I personally think I trust Dr. Fink. I think he's actually trying to help us. I think this time loop exists to help us, and we need to figure out how to break it. I think that's how we get out of here. I'm very curious about where this story is going to take us. Who's the man in the car? What's up with the receptions? What's up with Dr. Fink? And why can't we talk to homegirl at the drink machine? And more importantly, where does the drink machine girl go after we go to bed? She just disappears. Where did the car come from? Where did the man in the car come from? I have so many questions, and I intend to find out the answers. I will be playing this. Again, I don't know when this comes out, but we're going to keep an eye on it. I've added it to my wish list. I'm following this game. We're going to be playing this one. And if you like what you see, I hope you come back and join us as we play through this game. If you want to see more, please check out the demo yourself. There's different options you can choose that you saw. So if you do check this out, tell me what you think. And I'd love to hear about it. Otherwise, thank you again for joining us for another great demo. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.